Shalom. I want to start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that's teaching this truth and sincerity. And shalom to the hopeful elect, the 1/3 sincere listeners. All right. Today's lesson is going to be titled Insight to 15-minute cities part 2. All right. Basically, I just wanted to go in to how they're gonna basically the infrastructure going into this 15-minute cities. All right. Especially how they're designing urban areas, urban sprawl with different condominiums. All right. And basically, they're gonna try and basically put everything in within a 15-minute radius. And what better way to do it than with skyscrapers or condominiums, right? Where they can stack different amenities where you live, right? And have it in one building. Or if that building doesn't have it, then there's a community of condominiums, right, within the 15-minute radius that might have an amenity that you can take part in or have access to, right? And what I've been noticing too, because here we are, we're in Toronto, and if you know anything about Toronto, all they do is build condos here. All right, they're having a bit of a what they call it Manhattanization. All right, so they're just building a whole bunch of condos, and what you have actually at the very bottom, at the street level of the condominiums, is you have different storefronts and restaurants, even grocery stores at the bottom of these condominiums, right? So they're pretty much setting up the infrastructure to these 15-minute cities, right? And I'm just giving you a visual representation of what I see, especially if you traveled to Regent Park, okay? If you know anything about Regent Park, where it's being gentrified right now heavily, and all you see is condominiums. And if you take a drive on Dundas, uh, basically passing through Regent Park, you'll see all the different storefronts along that are underneath the condos themselves, man, at the street level. The different restaurants. It wouldn't. It's not even just a restaurant, but like fast food restaurants. You get what I'm trying to say? But I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna read this article, because it's relevant, and yeah, because basically it's going into the devices of how this devil's gonna snare you people, man. You know, and then we're gonna get some scriptures to back up the point. It's not gonna be a long video. It's just it's gonna be straight to the point, but just definitely something to meditate upon, I guess. There are some definite perks to condo living, and great amenities can make for a pretty incredible lifestyle. All right, so they sell you that living in a friggin' box, okay, a little confined box is a perk. You know what I mean? And that just goes into how, especially you Israelites, man, you Israelites have really fallen low, okay, because we had land, man. We all had land. Back in the ancient world, how things were divided, man. We weren't put on this earth to be set up, you know, coop up in one little condo box, man. But you Israelites, you think you buy that, man, and you're on top of the world, man. You don't have shit. All right, I'll tell it to you straight up and plain. Okay, this kingdom is shit. I did a video on that already. Go check it out. And you trying to uphold this place like it's something good, man. All right, this place is gonna be destroyed. Your condos are gonna be destroyed. condo's gonna be leveled either by ICBMs or by the lasers of the UFOs, which are the biblical chariots of the Heavenly Father. All right, I had to rain on your parade just now, man. Anyways, use it as an extension of your living space to give you access to facilities you'd never have in a house. At least not a house that most of us could afford. All right, so because most people can't afford homes now in Toronto, people are looking into buying condos, right? And what do you, and just to say that they have a form of real estate, but in that, okay, you still don't own much, man. And then on top of the rent you have to pay, just now you have to pay a maintenance fee. You still have to pay maintenance fee. You might have to pay a property tax as well. So whatever, you know. And it's not to say you can't buy a home. You know what I mean? But the mindset you have, if you really think you're gonna be here 30 years from now to pay off your mortgage, then you're gonna be sadly mistaken. You know, if it works out to be cheaper, all right, to buy a home than to rent, then you can do that. You know what I mean? But do that with the mindset of knowing that this place is gonna be destroyed. All right. There, are, of course, the types of amenities that automatically come to mind when you think condo living. Things like indoor and outdoor swimming pools, hot tubs, decked out gyms, media rooms, party rooms, movie theaters, and more. But there are also some truly unusual and next level condo amenities out there. Here are some of our agents' faves. Um, Going into even with these condos, man, all the they have fitness centers, so the gyms, right? So it's like, what would you need to go travel to join a gym membership, right? Going into the 50-minute city if they're trying to keep you restrained. Why would you need to go get a gym membership when you have a perfectly good gym right here, right? And you got to see the bigger picture, man, because the bigger picture is as a man, as a person, as a even woman, men and women travel. You know what I mean? But especially speaking as a man, it's your God given right to travel, man, to go wherever you please, right? But this devil's gonna come down on that, you know what I mean, to have total control on the people, right? He's gonna know where you are at all times, because he's a control freak, right? Anyways, if it says if you're a big fitness buff, you'll love the gym. It doesn't even matter where. They have next level. They have gym. It says on-site stress relief. So it says a meditation room. So you'll have access to a meditation room if you go to a certain condo. Or, condos might have all these. You never know, right? They might start making like super condos with all these amenities for you to really not want to leave. All right, it says a win for wine lovers. So they have wine cellars. Okay, at this condo, it says pooch friendly perks. All right, so they'll have amenities for your dog, pet washing stations, right? For social climbers. Right, going into working out, right? They'll have things like this to sell you the condo life, man. You know, just treat yourself, whatever. Spa and salon, ooh, you know what I mean? So you're gonna have a spa and salon, and you go, and you get whatever you feel good. It says basketball court, right? You'll have all type of things. You know what I mean? Place to play, a three-story, 30,000 square foot super club with all the usual suspects: gym, pool, All right, sauna, steam room, has tennis courts, squash. Well, these are all the things that they're gonna put in a condominium, man. Well, you're not seeing the bigger picture, man. It's really to be your prison, man. Even the way they design these things, man. Yeah, it looks nice on the outside. It even looks good on the inside. But it gives you the illusion that you're free, man. Because when the big C19 happened, where were you people? All just coop up in your house. And what happened to your amenities? You couldn't even enjoy them. They were closed down. Everything was shut down. All you could do was just be in your home, right? Bowling alleys, right? Rain room, all right, whatever the hell that is. Pools, right? We already know most condos have pools, so they're gonna have all these things, all right. But you're really gonna be a toad in what do you call it? You're really gonna be a toad in gradual boiling water, man. Because the toad or the frog acclimates to the climate of the water, not knowing it's gonna kill him, right? So it says a track, an outdoor running, a running track. Okay. I've even seen it to where there's a community of condominiums and there's a there's like a park in the middle between all the different condominiums and there's a track around the park that goes around the park, right? So they're all gonna set up this like make it seem like it's just a community and perfect for raising children and whatnot, you know. But you get the point, man. I don't really want to get into no more, but you get the idea, man. But I just had to get this and bring out, the things I see and how it relates to you know. But don't get it twisted, right? The 15-minute city is gonna take place in all aspects of life, from urban areas to suburban areas to even what do you call it, rural areas, right? It's gonna be implemented all over, all right. And I believe the first I believe the first province in Ontario to go along with this pilot program of that is gonna be Newfoundland and Labrador, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a very rural area. All right. So also keep that in mind, right? So what are they gonna be implementing in these rural areas for you to basically stay put, you know? But anyways, 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? And that, you know, that device is that 15-minute city, okay? And keeping you enclosed, right? Especially that just goes into how they're gonna implement this C-HIP. All right, they're gonna be tracking you people, and you're only gonna have a certain amount of time to exit out your jurisdiction, and you might have to be back at a certain time, and a certain amount of people could travel in and out at a certain time. They might give you know, what do you call it, passes or you know clearance. I should say they're gonna give clearance to certain individuals with certain skills and anything for certain skills that are gonna be beneficial to this new world, basically. So if you're gonna be an asset to this new world, all right, you're gonna basically have special clearance over others, right? So these are all things to consider as well, man. I wasn't really gonna make this video too long. I just wanted to, give insight. Mm, Isaiah 5 and 8 says, "Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth." All right, and what does that mean by joining house to house? Does that mean building a house beside each other very close, or being in an apartment building, right? Being beside somebody, even though that's wicked? No, that's not what this is talking about. This is talking about being a landlord and having people pay rent onto you, right? Because this is a rental society, right? Even the form of paying mortgage, that's a form of rent. Paying tax, you're being taxed on your own property, quote unquote, your own property. Why? Because you don't own the land, man. At the end of the day, you can pay off your home and you'll still be paying property tax. All right. So, do you really own these things? No. But you have to pay somebody. You're paying the devil, the so-called white man, the elites, BlackRock, and whoever else. Okay, that's who you're paying. You know, and whoever your landlord is, some Elamite. Here in Toronto, you have a whole bunch of Elamites that are fucking landlords, and they're pieces of shit, man. And they give Jake a hard time in getting a place. There's a whole bunch of bullshit going on, man. And that's why we need Yahweh Shai, man. Because these heathens, they rule over us and they do deal with us however they please, man. They deal with. This is what I want. Exodus 1 and 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with Salakia. Exodus 1 and 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply and they come to pass. All right. So this even applies to the other nations. This could apply to obviously it applied back then when it happened, but this applies to Esau, Edom now, and the other nations that are in league with Esau, Edom on this side. Right. So right now I brought up Elam. They're trying to deal wisely with Jake when it comes to allowing Jake to get a place to stay, man. You feel what I'm saying? And who's Elam? Elam is you so-called East Indians. Who's Jake? Who's Jacob? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the ones that may look like the other nations, but are actually Israelites. All right? Anyways, it says, Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass, that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. All right, so these other nations, they deal wisely with you. They try and keep your numbers low, so they're gonna do whatever they can to make sure you don't have a place to stay. All right, they're gonna make sure they feed you backwoods. All right, um, a bacon, egg, and ham sandwich, egg and cheese. Sorry, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. All right, so you can get a heart attack. You're gonna keep feeding you bullshit, so you could live a short life, man, and so that you don't multiply, so that way you don't have children and you don't continue, because they really don't want us to continue in this place, man. And if they do, they want to profit off of us, and that's why these nations come here, so they can profit off of us. Why? Because they have the insight on how to make money over us. Okay. or goes on to say it, yeah. And so get them out of the land. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. All right, and if you even if you look into the Caribbean slave trade, they brought over Elam to be taskmasters over the tribe of Benjamin. All right, all throughout, especially in Trinidad, they brought a lot of Elamites to the island of Trinidad. Okay, and they brought Elam over to Jamaica as well. Okay, to be set up as taskmasters. Mainly, they brought Moab, the so-called Chinese, over to Jamaica to be taskmasters, but they're doing the same thing. Okay, and they brought Elam over to Canada as well to be taskmasters over Jake. How is it that Jake was brought here first? You so-called blacks were brought here first to Canada, to Toronto, and you don't own one convenience store, and you don't own one gas station. I have yet to see it. I have yet to see it. Right? But these other nations, they come here and they own a gas station. They're set up over it. Gas is big business. All right. You might think, oh, they're just gas people. Nah, man, they're making money. You think it's a game? They own that shit, man. All right. But anyways, I just have to, I went on a little rant lesson with the lesson, but at the end of the day, you get the point. This is a wicked device disguised as a beautiful thing. But you know, I'm just gonna end it off there. I'm gonna say Shalom. Hope you're edified. Until the next one.